How's it going, everyone? Jurassic Ninja here, and today's Jurassic battle will be Burnout 2 Point of Impact. And that's going to be compared against Burnout 2 Pre-Beta, which is from July 27th, 2002, and the final game was released October 3rd, 2002, so about 2.5 months before the final release. This game was created by Criterion Games.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Published by Acclaim Entertainment, which is the last Burnout game Acclaim had anything to do with, as they went bankrupt in 2004. Also, the last Burnout game to be on the GameCube. PlayStation 2 had 3 more Burnout games after Part 2, and Xbox had 2 more. So what about this pre-beta game? Where did it come from? Well, it's from Project Deluge, an individual who has been backing up all these titles. There was a massive PS2 leak recently that allowed for all these new beta games to be available to the public. The point of today's Jurassic battle is to see how different the pre-beta is versus the final version. So let's get started. Starting off with the menus, the beta only has 3 options, and the final, after unlocking everything, has 7 options, but at the start of the game you do get 5. On the beta you have Pursuit right away, but you'll need to unlock it on the final release. Also, take note the backgrounds are different. There is color on the logo here and none over there, but there is a circle leaf thing here. In the audio section, the effects and music options are swapped, and the beta only offers Dolby Surround and final has Dolby Pro Logic 2. They both have mono and stereo as well. Turning down the music volume all the way in the beta does nothing, as the music kept on playing. Even if you try to turn it down when you're actually in the game, you can't even go down to it, you're just stuck right here in the effects volume. So you're stuck with music the whole time. In the controller options, the final added this cool outline of the PS2 controller.
Oh my god, that's so freaking cool!
Did you know hitting the like button makes you instantly cooler? Check it out! Whoa, I know, right? Pretty cool! Well, on to the show. The beta offers only 3 tracks and single race, whereas on the final, you do get 3 to start with, but 2 of the ones on the beta you have to unlock to play on the final. The first track we will play is I-88 Loop on beta and 88 Interchange on the final, so let's dive in. The first shot I already see some differences. The signs here are not on the final, and the mountain from the beta is missing here. The street on final is smoother and more jaggy on beta. The 2 trees and lighting are different between the 2. Also, no yellow lines on the final like you see on the beta. The trucks on the beta have headlights, and the final doesn't. Final does have some exhaust though, and the beta does not. Also, the mountains are different. I obviously won't go into every change as there is a ton already before we even began the race, but I will show some interesting ones. After the intro cutscene, the final goes straight to the race and the beta has a short loading screen. The 2 skies are different. So far I prefer the beta sky. If you look here, you see some bad aliasing. Then over here on the final release, it looks like they added a bit of anti-aliasing as it's less jaggy. On this turn, the final release uses X's and the beta has arrows. Also, there's a wall here and just green arrows over there. Check this out, you can really see the increased anti-aliasing on the bridge wires. On the beta, there's a fence and not on the final release. One thing I noticed is that every billboard is different as well. Driving through the city, most of it was the same, but right here offers different buildings. And this is funny. On the beta, this building is built, but on the final, it's under construction. Pretty much opposite of what a beta is versus the final, and I kind of found that funny. And apparently I lied. There's a lot of city that has changed. Case in point, right here. So yes, lots and lots of changes. Let's check out a new level and why not some of the sound. But first, in between the beta and final, I guess they hired some dude to water the grass. Okay, on to the new level. The next map is Big Surf Shores, which is the same name on both, but different picture. Why not start from the very first second of gameplay on this map? The street lights are yellow in the final and these 2 signs are different. Also, different trees. Move forward a bit, the glass is blue on the beta and yellowish in the final. A mailbox was added. Good for the mailbox. On all the levels, the green arrows have been changed too. If you look at the telephone poles, there's no wires on the beta. check out this tunnel. Way different. Coming out of the tunnel, you see the final added bunch of trees on the mountainside. Something else to note is Big Surf gives you 40 seconds less, which is actually really hard to hit the checkpoint with that amount of time. Let's start comparing some audio differences. The countdown first. On the final one, you get the same voice saying 3, 2, 1, go! 3, 2, 1, go! On pre-beta, there's a different voice for 3, then the same voice for 2 from the final version, and there's no voice for 1, and go seems to be the same voice, just more enthusiastic. 3, 2, go! Here, listen to Go, the final one first. Go! Go! And now the beta. Go! Go! He's like, go! Yeah! Alright! Something like that. Now here's the beta crash sound effect. And now here's the final crash sound effect. The final one has a harder hitting sound, and I kinda like that. Whenever you pass cars with a near miss, you get a turbo boost increase, and on the final release, it makes like a ding sound. But on the beta, it's like a swoosh sound, and it's always delayed. Alright, this is the last map we'll look at because, well, there's only 3 on the beta. Crystal Summit Vista on the beta and Crystal Summit Lake on the final. The first 2 maps have the same opening cinematic, and this one is different. Pausing here, the beta has these white lines on the road, and the final shows some dirt. Color tone is a bit different as well. 4 flags over here versus 3 flags there. And the final isn't as patriotic, I guess? And holy shit, the first billboard I noticed that is the same-ish. The middle of the blue part seems a little different. Just as the previous stage, this one also doesn't have telephone pole wires on the beta. Not sure if the weather is randomly generated or not, but on beta, it started to snow after this turn. Looking at the cars, this one is a different color at the start and a different name. US Muscle and just Muscle on the final release. There are quite a lot of cars to choose from on the beta, and all of them are present on the final release and unchanged, but here are the cars on the final one that are missing from the beta. The frame rate on both is 60, but you know what? Let's just look. You see? Already trees that are different, but yes, both run awesome at 60 frames. I mean, that's really all I have to talk about, and if you enjoyed this video, then please let me know if you want me to compare more beta games with the final releases. Please do subscribe, hit the like button, and share this video. Well, until next time, take it easy. Skip-a-da-bop-bop-bop-bop. This is the end of the show. I'm gonna press the stop button now.